Ruby claimed he acted on impulse when he shot Oswald. His real motives were never explored. The Warren Commission believed everything Jack Ruby chose to tell them, including how he penetrated the basement security of Dallas Police Headquarters in order to kill Oswald.
I don't believe that Ruby entered the basement of the Dallas Police Station by way of the ramp from Main Street, which is the fiction that came about not long after he was arrested for killing Oswald. The policeman on duty at the top of the ramp was given a lie detector test, and he insisted that Ruby did not pass him at any time, and the lie detector test given by the police department bore that out.
Jack Ruby did not come down that ramp. I'll go to my grave saying he didn't come down that ramp. If anybody could have ever proved to me beyond a reasonable doubt that he came down that ramp, I feel that I was man enough to admit that, yes, maybe I made a mistake or was negligent in some area. But no, nobody's ever proved that to me, and I'll go to my grave saying that man did not come down that ramp.
Only 4 minutes before he gunned down Oswald in the basement, Ruby had been at the Western Union office on Main Street, cabling money to one of his strippers. According to the commission account, he then walked down the street and simply slipped down the basement ramp unnoticed by Officer Vaughan, a view denied by researcher Larry Harris.
Well, clearly, Jack Ruby did not enter the basement via the Main Street ramp, as the Warren Commission concluded. And indeed, when Congress reopened the investigation in the late 1970s, they concluded he did not come down the ramp, and they cited 8 witnesses who stated that Ruby did not come down the ramp, and several of these witnesses knew Ruby personally. The Congressional Committee concluded that Ruby most likely used an obscure entrance into the building that was located in the alleyway behind me. From there, he would have proceeded into the lobby to an unlocked door that led directly into the basement. He would have gone down that stairwell and actually entered into the parking garage area of the basement and proceeded toward the railing, up through the railing and into the spot where he was standing when he lurched forward to shoot Oswald. Clearly, it looked better for the department to say that Bond had accidentally let Ruby into the basement while his back was turned, rather than admit that a key area within the garage had been left completely unguarded, permitting Jack Ruby unchallenged access to the spot where he killed Oswald.
Larry's conclusions are supported by the immediate comments of several police officers recorded by live TV cameras just after the shooting.
And this man came from behind this camera or from this corner and just dove out of the crowd.
He came from behind that car, that green car there. He jumped up over the rail. Yeah.
Patrick Dean was the head of security in the basement and was aware very quickly of the predicament he was in. As Ruby was being subdued, Dean remarked to Ruby, "Jack, goddamn, you've got me in one hell of a fix." So Dean was immediately aware of his predicament and, of course, began immediately maneuvering to put the best possible light on the situation.
There was about 15 to 20 men that had searched this place prior to 30 minutes, in fact, searched it twice, about an hour before and then 30 minutes before.
The late Patrick Dean was adamant that the only way Ruby could have gained access to the basement was via the Main Street ramp.
I'm positive that door leading from the City Hall proper into the basement was locked by the maintenance man in my presence that day on the inside of the basement side. And I also had 2 men stationed at that door. But I am positive that door was locked. Now, that door possibly could have been opened by someone from the other side. However, no one did come through there because, as I say, 2 men were stationed there as guards for that particular door that led from the City Hall proper to the basement.
2 reserve officers who'd been stationed there earlier that morning had been reassigned to points outside the building directing traffic, so that this left an area of vulnerability from the stairwell to the point near the railing where Ruby shot Oswald.
The police blundered with Oswald's murder, but the security of the president had been a Secret Service responsibility. The Dallas police had been powerless to prevent the assassination. They were also powerless in carrying out a proper investigation afterwards.